Hey,
Hey,
there we go.
Mr. Stanky, how are you?
Hey, good, Luke. Episode 19 of the Dumb Marketer Show.
Episode 19.
I'm outside the
Man,
dark.
yeah, you're living the night dream.
Yep, only because here in Minnesota our summers are short, and I take every opportunity I can to sit on the deck. And I don't care how dark it is. I'm recording out here tonight.
It's nice. In that top left corner of my screen, you've got that deep blue sky working behind you.
Yep, yep. Yeah, it's beautiful in here actually right now. So,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Well, hey, today's topic. Let's just jump right in.
What is the topic, Bob?
The topic is imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, and how we deal with it.
Huh. How do we deal with imposter
Or,
syndrome?
as I said to you earlier, how we don't deal with it.
What is imposter syndrome, Bob?
I don't know the real definition of it. I mean, uh, I guess my definition of it is
Oh, this is the Bob Stanky
yeah.
version.
This is the Bob Dictionary version. Yeah, I don't know what the real definition is. I could look it up, but in general, I believe it to mean the fear or uncertainty, doubt that a person has when they want to do something or be somebody, but they don't believe that they're actually. I'm complicating this a lot, but they don't believe they can call themselves that thing because they have doubt that they don't have the experience, they don't have the knowledge, and so they say, I can't talk about that thing, or I can't teach that thing, or I can't do that thing because I'm not that thing.
Word.
I don't know.
That is a great definition. We should get that verbatim. Maybe build some SEO on that.
That's my definition of it. Um,
Imposter syndrome, also known as imposter phenomenon or fraud syndrome,
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. You think you're a
is
fraud?
a
Yeah.
psychological experience that causes people to doubt their skills and successes.
Yep.
Hmm. It's
Now,
characterized by a persistent feeling of inadequacy and the belief that success is undeserved, even when evidence suggests otherwise.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, in most cases, it's just a limiting self belief. It doesn't. Probably does. Like you probably are well qualified to talk about something or have an opinion on something. You just don't think you do.
Right. Lack of confidence.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I can tell you that I've had imposter syndrome bad in both my real job life over the years, not so much over the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years, but definitely before that I did. But I definitely have it when it comes to this business I'm trying to build.
Mm.
Like hands down, and especially like right now. Like like right now. Like
This
even
is
as
the
even
biggest
as
blow right now.
yeah, even as soon as 30 minutes ago. Um yeah, this is a real thing for me.
This is a
Uh,
real thing, and it's a recurring thing.
yeah. So well actually, and I guess kind of in the day job too a little bit. So let me start there real quick. So when I first started like in marketing, um, I came from technology and I joined this marketing team. And I didn't really know anything about marketing formally, other than a couple of classes I took in college. I didn't really know anything about it. So I kind of had to learn on the fly. And the job that I learned on the fly, I was there for about 3 years. And then I took another job. I left that job. I took another job and I had more responsibility. I had more responsibility in marketing, including marketing aspects I'd never done before. So there was a little bit of imposter syndrome there.
Local
But
learning
I was
curve.
also,
Yep.
yeah, but I was also, I think, young enough that I was a little bit cocky and a little bit like,
Young enough.
yeah, this was, yeah. I mean, I was in my early 30s.
Yeah. Well, you're in your
So,
late 40s and you're still cocky.
well, yeah, true, but yeah, I was just a lot more cocky back then, just a lot. But I think I just faked it till I made it. But deep down, I did like, I don't know what I'm talking. People were coming to
Yeah.
me asking me questions. I was like, I don't know if I have the right answer for this, but I'm just gonna kind of wing it.
Yep. Been there.
But deep down, it was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm making the right decision. I don't know if I'm saying the right things. I don't know. But as it turns out, I had done enough day to day learning and trying and studying that I did know what I was talking about. So it wasn't, um, but even most recently, taking on a new role in my current job, again, picking up a discipline that I know about and I know a lot about, but I've never hands on done. Right.
Mhm.
So now I'm trying to lead and mentor and teach a team of professionals that are in something I've never done, but I'm knowledgeable enough to be able to talk to. But yeah, I mean, even then, it's like, I don't know, kind of kind of an imposter here, maybe a little bit,
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
a fraud. I don't know, you know. But really, what that does is it really challenged me to learn
Sure.
a lot. I mean, me, I love to read books, so like, I took that new role and I immediately, 3 books, went through them, read everything I could, read blogs, articles, watched YouTube videos, just to at least feel like I was learning enough to say that I'm quote unquote qualified to
Mhm.
lead a team of professionals doing that function. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's real in that, but it's been more real in the business that I'm trying to build. By far, hands down. That's where it's existed the most.
So, can I ask a question as to why your personal entrepreneurial business venture seems to be an arena where you experience more of an imposter syndrome feel than literally picking up an entirely new discipline that you did in your full-time job and not feeling the same level of imposter syndrome? Why is it more impactful in your entrepreneurial efforts, do you think?
Why does it exist more?
Yep.
I think because
Is it because it's
when
so personal?
no, I actually think it has to do with how it's compensated or how it's paid. When
Mm,
it's part of a job, like I think like, you just kind of have to you just go with the flow and you work your way through it. But when you actually get to the point where you're going to try to charge someone money
yep.
for something, that's where I think the biggest differentiator is for me. It's
Okay.
like at work I can fight through it, but now I've got to take a skill that I'm trying to grow or build, and now I'm going to charge someone who doesn't know me money for that.
I
Um,
get it. Yep. That makes sense to me.
so that's I think. So I'm working on a very specific offering right now, a very specific product offering, and I've done a lot of it. I've done a lot of it in my 9 to 5 job many times over the years. Been called upon to do it, been trusted to do it, and feel confident now when someone says, "Hey, can you do that thing?" I can do it blindfolded. But now I'm like, crap, I need to bundle that and sell it for money. And I don't, it's not something like that's on my LinkedIn. That's the other thing, too. It's not like it isn't part of my everyday job.
Right.
It's something that I do when I'm asked to do it. And I feel like I'm really good at it. And I, I want to offer that now because I do think I have a skill set around it. So I want to offer it, but I don't promote it anywhere. It's not on my resume. It's not, it could be. It's not on my LinkedIn. It could be, but it's not right now. So it's basically like I'm going to try selling something that I have no. That's the other thing too. Like I have no social proof. I could go get it. Like for example, I could ask you for a testimonial. You've
Yeah.
witnessed do this thing.
Yep.
You've seen me do it at work.
Sure.
Um, so I could certainly reach out to some people and say, hey, remember when I did that thing? Could you provide me a testimonial or whatever? So I could get some social proof. But other than that, I got nothing else to really lean on to say, hey, I'm going to charge you thousands of dollars to do this thing.
That is the conundrum of starting something new.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a lot. That's pretty common where the imposter syndrome comes from, is when you're
Yeah. Yep.
trying something you're not real familiar with or
Right.
haven't earned your stripes with yet, if you will. Right. But everybody started out that way.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's the thing.
Why do we all get hung up on this?
And hey, look, I think even those people who, well, I've even heard people who are very successful now still have it.
Still have it, right?
So I mean, I think it's something everybody goes through in some degree.
Yeah.
To some degree. And I think those who just say, screw it, I'm doing this anyways, I don't even care. And that's where I think a little bit of some people don't like the phrase, but I actually believe in it. Fake it till you make it. You might not even really be faking it, but you're telling yourself you got to fake it to get through the hurdle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like reverse psychology on yourself.
Right.
So yeah, and there's a reason there's books written on this topic. There's a reason there's tons of YouTube videos on this topic. There's reasons there's, Google imposter syndrome, and there's, a gazillion articles about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a real thing that I think everybody has to some degree. But the big difference is those who are hampered by it, and it stalls them out, and they're literally crippled
Mm-hmm.
to the point where it's like they don't make any movement at all. And those who just charge ahead and eventually break through that self-imposed wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would openly admit that I am experiencing it right now because of this brand shift that I'm doing, and I am changing the strategic approach of what True Identity and this rebrand is going to be all about and what it's going to do. And I have no proof of concept. It is not my area of expertise.
Right.
It is just something that I love and I want to try and do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And to some degree, there are organizations out there doing bits and pieces of most of what I hope to put together.
Yep.
So it's not entirely unique. So that in addition to your point about charging somebody money for it, they can get it elsewhere if they want.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm with you. I am experiencing it as we speak, and it is kind of holding me up.
Mm-hmm.
To your point,
Yep.
the doubt creeps in and doesn't allow you to see things in full perspective, and it clouds your judgment.
Yep.
Causes you to think things over too much, and it slows you down.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. I am literally in that loop right now. So
how do you get past it?
Well, I like to believe that I can muscle through anything.
Yeah.
My stubbornness is a big driver for me. As I was talking to you online or offline, I literally just got to get my head straight, because it's one thing to recognize it, but until you put the discipline in to actually get through it, like what is really causing you to feel this, what's getting in the way, what's causing the problems.
Yep.
Once you actually flesh it out, then that's how I clear it up for myself. But I haven't had the time, or I haven't put in the due diligence of getting myself back on track. So that's going to happen over the next few days.
Yep. Yep.
And I've done this before.
Yeah.
I've been in this position before. Once you do it a few times, you kind of learn your ways, and
Right.
Oh, it's me doing this stupid thing again.
Right. Right. Yep.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't know if I found a good way to get past it. I just try to, well, it just depends what kind of mood I wake up in. Some days it's easier for me to just say, just do this thing. Just do the thing and be done with it.
Yeah.
And then there's other days I wake up and I'm just like paralyzed.
Yeah.
I am starting as I get a little bit older. It's getting better. So I think that'll help. But really, at the end of the day, sometimes I have to listen to some of these YouTube videos to get inspiration again, to remind me that it's just like it's nothing. You just gotta fight through it.
Yeah. I've got my favorite list too. I've been listening to some of them this week.
Yep. Yeah, I have them bookmarked. I know which ones they are when I need to. Just remember, just get stuff out the door.
Yeah.
And everybody started at zero.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I feel this new thing I'm working on, or this offering I'm working on, I feel really, really good about. I feel really strong about it. So I think that's what's kind of pushing me through is like I've done it enough and I've gotten enough feedback over the years from people that say, hey, that is something you are good at and you should do more of that. And I actually had one gentleman, guy you and I both know, Mr. Reynolds. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I do.
He actually told me once at a coffee shop, I took this self-assessment profile and I scored really high in this skill. And he literally told me, he's like, that score for that is so high that people should be paying you to do that thing. Like he literally told me that. He's like,
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, that is something you could literally charge for. You should, and he also said, and this is something you should be teaching other people how to do. That is how good you are at that, and how you know what I mean. That made me feel really good, and I'll never forget that conversation. And it's remembering things like that that tell me like it's not just myself that knows that there's a possibility there. Other people have told me that.
I'm going to be a jerk for a moment. When did Mr. Reynolds tell you this?
Good one. I know where this is going. 2019.
Okay. What year are we in?
2025, my friend.
Okay.
6 years later.
Well,
6 years later.
I'm assuming that skill set has only gotten better, so I think your time has come.
Yeah, I've executed it more. I've done it more. That's the other thing that feels good is sometimes I've done it to a point where people have said, I want you to do that again. That makes me feel confident that I'm going down the right path here. But then what I start doing is then I start, really going down the path. I like really start looking in the future, like, okay, so I'm gonna set this thing up. I know exactly what I'm gonna do, and now I need to market myself. So I get people to come to me and say, I'm gonna buy that thing from you.
Yeah.
So then I start, then it's like, oh my God, there's 60 million other people out there doing that thing, and they're talking about this, so they're marketing themselves like this. I can't compete with that. They got me beat,
Yeah.
The problem is they might have a head start, but it doesn't mean they got me beat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
I've been reminding myself of that a lot lately.
Yeah. Which is why I always me and you talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's not too late.
Yeah.
It's not too late.
It's not too late, and we just have to power through it.
Just have to power through it.
Because there's no other way that we're going to actually learn about this unless we do it.
Right, exactly. Yep.
I mean, we could watch everybody else that's doing it. We could download their free downloads, and we could take their courses, and we could learn everything they're offering then for sale. Or we could try to do it ourselves.
Yep.
And make money like they are.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's just got to carve out our little niche of the pie.
Yep, totally. So I'll get through it. This one I feel good about. It'd be different if I was really trying to peddle something that I don't know enough about. I think that's the difference. Like, as long as you're confident that you know. Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay, good. I was going to ask you.
I was watching this video. This guy was talking about how the title of the video was something like how to make $100 a day or something. It was one of those classic, clickbaity videos of a guy who's like, oh yeah, I make $100,000 a month, and here's how I did it, and everything. And his
That's the
thing
title
was,
we're going to put on this video, right?
yeah, I should, yeah, we get lots of clicks. Actually, we should do a split test on the title, because I bet it would, because that's the kind of stuff that gets clicks, unfortunately.
Yep.
But of course, I clicked on it.
You did.
I did. So the guy was talking about like, oh, go to ChatGPT and have it create this SEO guide. This guy didn't know anything about SEO. He was basically just trying to like capitalize on like how could he make something really quick that he could throw up on a site and sell, right? So he had a whole bunch of different topics. He's like, I create this and I, create this guide on how to do quilt knitting, and stuff like that. It's like nothing the guy does, but he was trying to like pass himself off as, he's putting his name on these things. I wouldn't be able to do that.
All right then.
No, that's not me. Like that would make me feel dirty in a bad way, not dirty in a good way. It would make me feel like a real fraud, a real imposter. But some people are doing that and they're comfortable with it, and that's how they're making, whatever.
Yep.
But that I couldn't do. So that's why I have to be confident in, it's like, I'll give you another example. I'm a fairly okay golfer. Like I'm a fairly okay golfer.
Yep.
I'm a bogey golfer. I'm a bogey golfer. If I break 90, I am very happy. But so I'm just average, right? And I used to play a lot when I was younger, and I was actually pretty good in high school. But over the years, I'm just average stuff like everybody else. Would I go out and try to be a golf teacher? I mean, that sounds like a great job, and I'd love to do it. And if you told me like, hey, yeah, you should go do it, like that might be, I would feel like an imposter though.
I don't know. I think you could probably teach people some skills.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're teaching at your level or below your level, then yeah, maybe it is good. There probably is some things about golf I could teach somebody.
Yeah. I mean, just think of all the dads we have coaching our kids.
Oh, right. Yeah, good example. Yeah, some of them don't know jack shit about T-ball.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think, yeah, that's a good example. But I certainly wouldn't go and try to, I don't think I'd be in a good position to go like coach a high school golf team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I think, I wouldn't be able to do. So as long as you're confident in what you're trying to build and sell, and at the end of the day, can you sleep at night knowing that you're not being a fraud?
Right.
And I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. Now, I also do strongly believe in the idea of the best way to learn something is to teach it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do believe in that. So in that case, if I do, I'm kind of doing that now in the 9 to 5. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to teach people how to do something. So that, I need to learn it. So I'm trying to teach it. So it forces me to do the research and understand the different ways to go about it and the pros and the cons. And then I'm regurgitating that and I'm trying to teach it to a group of people.
Yep.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. As long as, I don't know, do you publicize that or do you not tell anybody? See, again, I don't want to learn something tomorrow morning. I don't want to learn something tomorrow morning and then go to work and be like, well, let me teach you this thing I know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do.
That would feel weird to me.
Yeah, I agree.
But if I went to work and said, hey, I'm trying to learn this thing because I think it'll help us a lot. So I spent some time researching a little bit and I read this article, I read this, and here's what I think might work. Here's what I think you should do. Here's what I think we should do. And then I teach them. I think that's a different approach to it that works better. But you can't do that as an entrepreneur necessarily. I can't say, hey, I'm going to charge you $5,000 for the service, but I'm kind of learning it. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of learning it. So you'll pay me to learn?
I don't know anything about this, but you want to buy it from me?
You want to buy it from me? Like, no. That's why I got to go in feeling confident I know my shit.
Well, I mean, yes. To be fair, you really shouldn't be charging anybody any money for any kind of service or product that you're promising something you can't deliver on, you know?
Yeah, right. Yep.
So,
But there are those out there who are doing that.
no, of course.
So, but hey, that's on them. Again, I'm not trying to play a short game here. I'm trying to play a long game.
Right. You're
One
not
thing,
trying to sell a few products. You're trying to build a brand.
yeah, yep,
There's a big difference.
yeah. I'm trying to build trust. I'm trying to build,
That's building a brand.
yep. You know, trying to build.
You want people to trust Bob Stanky for their business needs.
Right. So, look, it'll never go away, and every time, and again, oh, my thinking on this is constantly going up and down. Like I said, one day I wake up and I feel like I can run over anything in my way. Then there's other days I wake up and I'm absolutely just paralyzed by saying, what the heck am I doing and who am I to talk about this thing? You know, so it just every day it varies. Luckily there's less and less of those days as time has gone on, but you know, it's still a thing.
You know, I don't know if I've ever I'm trying to remember a time where I felt that way, where I was just paralyzed and I just could not function. I don't think I don't think I've had it to that degree. However, what I get is frustrated with myself. So I don't stymie my ability to do something. I get caught up in the loop of frustration and irritation and my lack of focus, my inability to figure something out, that kind of thing. That's what's happening to me right now.
Okay.
Like I should know, I should already, I should be more informed and I should be able to make decisions on what I'm trying to do with this damn product much faster, much easier than it's happening. And I think there'd be people out there that would say, look, that's normal. You're going through the normal process of what, trying to put a brand through a rebrand process. But at the same time, it is so intimately close and personal to me that I'm really struggling with it. And it's really pissing me off.
Yeah.
That's what's driving me crazy. And I don't think that's imposter syndrome. Unless you look at it through the lens of part of why I'm frustrated is I'm not able to do what other people are doing comfortably today.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, totally.
So.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't like getting mad at myself, but I'm mad at myself right now.
Yeah. No, I don't think you should beat yourself up too much. I mean, some of these things that you find yourself in the middle of, you had no control over, or things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And I do believe that I'll be in a better place. I think I'll be closer to where I was intending to go with this brand once I figure out what I'm doing with it.
Yep.
And that thought process may actually be inhibiting me in making a decision because I'm already anticipating it being more than what it was. So if it's not feeling that way, then why am I moving forward with it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's part of the struggle I'm having.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Trust the process.
Is a very 10,000-foot view of what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, it's real. Hey, I get your text messages. I sense the frustration, the angst,
Yep.
the doubt,
Mm-hmm.
FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yep.
That's what you got.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a whole nother show topic, but that is real too.
Oh yeah.
That might even be more real than imposter syndrome.
Well, they're both pretty real.
Yeah. Good deal. All right. Anything else, my friend?
I got nothing else, man.
It's time to start the long weekend.
I am looking forward to a break.
And you are going to take one.
I am gonna take one.
And a week from tomorrow, we're going to gather again.
Yep.
And hopefully, you'll have a clear mind and you'll have a sense of direction.
That is the goal.
Good. I'm rooting for you.
I was really hoping to make more progress this week, but that's all right. Forgive and forget. Move on. We'll get to the next week.
Yep. Can't beat yourself up too much.
That's right.
Okay. Well, let's sign off. Like, comment, subscribe, visit Luke's website. Visit my website.
TrueMyIdentity.com and BobStakey.com.
Yep. The links will be in the description.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob Stanky.
Thank you for
your wise moments.
Thank you for putting up with me. I look like I'm in the Blair Witch Project movie right now.
You are sweating bullets.
I'm sweating because it's hot out here. But no, it's good. I'm not going to pass up a chance to be outside.
Have a great evening, my friend.
All right. We'll see you later.
Till next time.
Bye.